up, everybody? Downshift83 here. I wanted to go over a couple things that some people, might not know. Maybe some bike terminology and stuff like that. Basically, yeah, it's just going over, new person bike terminology. So when somebody says something like clip-on, you know what they're talking about, or triple tree, you're gonna know what they're talking about. Let's start off with that. You got your clip-ons, or what most people know them as your handlebars. So those are going to be your clip-ons, and then you've got your triple tree, which is going to be your upper and lower triples. It's called a triple tree because it's got 3 stems that come out of it. So it's going to be your upper and your lower below your headset. Then you're going to have your gauge cluster. Of course, most people should know what the gauge cluster is. A lot of people ask this question: what's with the sweatband for the on this? It's called your brake reservoir, but the sweatband is to keep sunlight from hitting it and basically ruining your brake fluid. You got your clutch lever and your brake lever. Most people know that already, but you've got your shorties. Your shorties are going to be basically your two finger levers. So that's going to be a shorty. Let's go over rear sets. Rear sets are going to be your pegs, and they're called rear sets. You got your driver's rear sets and your passenger rear pegs, or I don't think they've been called rear sets for the rear pegs, but you got rear pegs. You got your front and rear sprocket, and it depends on how many teeth are on each sprocket to determine how many is 1 down, 2 up. What that means is 1 down is going to be 1 tooth smaller than stock, and then 2 up is going to be 2 teeth larger than stock. Chain sizes is built for chain strength. 520 chain is what I have for this. A lot of like the leader bikes are going to go either 525, which is thicker, or a 530, which is even thicker than that. The problem with the 530s and stuff like that is that they're extremely heavy, but they're heavy duty. So yeah. Let's see, you got your axle. A lot of people should know some of this other stuff, but some of the other things that you don't know. Let me think. You got your forks, and you got your fork seals. So when people talk about blowing their fork seals on coming down from a wheelie, that means they came down too hard and they broke the seal in here and it's leaking oil, because there's actually oil inside your forks. What else? Trying to think. Oh, while I'm at it, I added more horsepower because I put on more stickers. That's true, right? You add more stickers, you get more horsepower, right? It's gotta be. All the real racers do it. That's me. I'm a real racer. Your catalytic converter on your exhaust, that's going to be on the underside. You can see that ugly ass metal shit. Don't touch it though, it's hot. And that leads up to your exhaust. Your frame. Your frame is basically this. That's your main frame. And then your subframe is what holds the metal together on your tail. So your tail is going to be your subframe. Underneath the seat, you're going to have your battery box and your ECU. And depending on if you bought the bike or if somebody sold you the bike, it could have a power commander in it, which changes up ECU settings and stuff like that. You got your fairings. Your fairings are going to be your plastics. When they say your uppers, that's going to be your upper fairing, basically your main fairing, or depending on how your bike's built, they might say like your upper left-hand fairing or upper right-hand fairing, or your mid left-hand fairing, mid right-hand fairing, and then you've got the belly pan, the belly fairing, which goes underneath the bottom, depending on if you have a sport bike or not. Most 600cc's and up bikes have dual disc brakes in the front and singles in the rear. A lot of the 250s out there only have one single disc brake in the front, only due to the fact that they don't go over, if I'm not mistaken, like 80 miles an hour, roughly. You've got your Ram Air. Ram Air, it's basically the inlet to your air box and air filter to where it goes down into the headers. Your air box and air filter is located underneath your tank. And if you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm trying to think. You got your radiator inside there. That's going to be your radiator, and the radiator fan behind it. My stunt cage is connected to my frame or my engine mounts. This is going to be the engine mounts. The stunt cage is bolted on directly into the engine mounts. You got your clutch right behind the stunt cage. It's the circular thing where I did the oil change. You pour the oil directly into the clutch plates. My bike happens to have a slipper clutch. Basically, if there's too much power going to it on deceleration, the clutch will like kind of slip, so your rear tire doesn't lock up. It's kind of like a anti-lock braking system almost. I use it quite a bit. Like I'll be coming power into a corner and I'll downshift into like first, and the tire will like skip a little bit. It's kind of fun. It's like it's fun. You got your rear brake light. Most people should know this shit if they drive a car. I like my brake light though, with the integrated. Some people don't know how to reset your turn signals, because you can't just click one left and right because it's still going to keep going. What you have to do to reset it is press down on it, and you just reset your turn signals. Starting up your bike, you're going to need to be either in neutral or the clutch needs to be in. You got to have the cycle, so your emergency shutoff needs to be in the down position, and you hit your starter, which is below on the right hand side of your clip-on. And to turn it off, either if you're on, just kick it down into first gear, then put the kickstand down, or turn it off that way. Don't just turn off the key when you do it, because I don't know. I was just taught not to turn off the key. I think that's it. I don't know if you've got any more questions on what kind of part this is or what part is what. Just send me a message or send me a comment on this video, and I'll see if I can tell you what it is. But yeah. All right, you guys. This is Downshift 83 signing out. Deuces.